Every high and crushing low taught me something invaluable: resilience. I began documenting my journey, recording every lesson and every step towards rebuilding my success and my mental, even if no one else was watching. I didn't know where this path would lead, but I had Frank, Rosario, and the memories of everything I built and lost, fueling my determination. What you're about to see is my journey, the highs, the lows, and every moment in between, captured during a time when I was all alone, but never defeated. I'm going to get back to being a millionaire. No matter what, I will make it.
How's it going, guys? Another update. Today it is, and you guys aren't going to be able to see until I get another phone, but today is July 21st, Sunday, 2024, obviously. And let's give some updates. I think there's a lot of fucking updates to give, to be honest. A lot of fucking updates. So, firstly, Bitcoin currently is at 67,300, and then Ethereum's at like 38 or 30. I forgot what it was at, but 3840, I'm guessing, something like that. Last time I saw, or maybe 3480, something like that. Anyways, that's basically what those are at. Bitcoin's correct though, as far as that price goes. I forgot what the other stuff is at, but either way, some big updates. Let's talk about life, because again, that's usually what I start at. It's been interesting, man. Let's just start with my job. My job's been kicking my ass. Not entirely, but just like kicking my ass, as in like trying to still learn stuff and trying to actually like make a full-on paycheck, because as you know, with most sales jobs you have to do like commission and stuff like that, and you know, it's been a slow month this month, and then also it just has not, it's been a learning experience trying to learn everything still to this day. It's a lot better than I used to be, but like a month ago, but it's still, I still need a lot of help, just kind of like learning stuff and getting into certain attitude and all that good stuff. So that's been one. The other thing has been so that's for work and stuff, so that's okay, that's decent. The other thing is about my situation here. So this is the very interesting thing. On Monday, which is tomorrow, we had like this big huge hack outage thing like yesterday. It wasn't us particularly, but it was just like in general the world like experienced like a big like outage thing the other day, and it was kind of interesting to see. But because of that, I am thinking about refinancing my car. I get to why. I'm gonna refinance my car, mainly because, and I have like $2,000 left on my car, but if I refinance it, I'll get enough money so that way I can go ahead and move right now. And because of my stupid decision on throwing 2K into itty when it was going down and all this other bullshit, the market was going down and stuff, and doing that stupid shit, I would have had already about 2K to go ahead and drop. But because I was stupid, I lost that 2K. So now I'm like a month behind on what I had, basically. So getting back to that, I'm going to refinance my car because it seems like the best thing I can do right now to get a secure loan, essentially, and against my car, and basically just use that extra money. Hopefully it's like forward $5,000, but I asked for $7,000. Get a really nice refinance loan and be able to not only just delay things, my payments might go up, but at least get myself situated with my home situation so that way I can live by myself and not have to worry about all the stressful shit that I have to deal with here. That's been the last 3 years now. Pretty much ever since I've been with Frank has been an uphill battle. And as sad as it is to say, I just cannot deal with it anymore. I can't. 2019 was really, really great because we were living in a house that we didn't really have too many problems at. That's when I first met Frank. Either 2019 or 2020. I think it was actually 2020, like that December or that later that year, something like that. But 2020 was when I want to assume that I met Frank. Yeah, late 2020. Yes, correct. That's when we moved in and all that stuff. So from there to now, that's almost 3.5 years now that I've known Frank and been around Frank and all this stuff. And like I said, only about 5 to 6 months of that have been like super, super happy. Obviously, Bruce, which was in 2021, that was a happy period too, but it was happy but detrimental to everything. And then the last 2 years, I've been pretty much suffering my own battles, but suffering his own battles and all the stuff here and so it's like, if I can consolidate myself, my own happiness into just being by myself, I think that's going to make a big difference, like a huge, massive difference. I think it's time to start the next chapter, and that next chapter is for me. And it's gonna be so that way I can be happy, and I can, and through my own happiness, I might have more creativeness, and through more creativeness, I might have, just more opportunities to aim higher, get more money, that sort of thing. So it's like, the less worries I have, the more focus I can have. The more focus I have, the more money I can make. The more money I can make, the more projects I can do. And then it's a self-fulfilling prophecy of happiness. And I think one of the implications, and one of the things I've been thinking about for a long time now, this has been forever, is there's a saying, surround yourself with people who are doing the same thing that you're doing or where you want to be, right? And that hits super big because I know that saying. Like, I 100% know it. Like, I know that if I were to hang around millionaires, then I can become a millionaire, that sort of thing. That's what you need to listen to. That's a big quote that I hold dear. And the fact is, I thought, in my heart, in my soul, and I still think that eventually Frank will come around to doing his own thing, but I really thought that he was gonna go big places. And unfortunately, like I said, he didn't know me at the time he made that mistake with Rosa, because if he did, I probably would have helped him through it. I don't know if I would have, because I was very inexperienced even during Rosa time, but he took on a project that he shouldn't have taken on, and it basically ruined everything he has done has been ruined by that one mistake. And because of that, he also basically lost his chance at becoming a millionaire. But also his stubbornness and his non-willing to comply to things that are, I would say, would be simple and logical things. He wants to do everything his own way, and he doesn't want to go back to the normal way of things, and that's totally fine. But in moments like this, for example, I just don't understand how you're going to... I'll give you some context, because I think it's very important to know, because Frank's not a bad guy. I want to make that very clear. Frank is an amazing person. He's a great man. But he has some things that he does need to take care of if he wants to be successful. And I think in situations like this, not listening to anyone is something that's huge, because he's like me when I was doing when I first fell off of this $1 million cliff. I still wanted to think that I still had millions of dollars and stuff like that. So I was acting like I still could get there. The problem was, reality hit quick, and I changed everything. You have to adapt. The problem with somebody who doesn't adapt is that when things start to change, things go really haywire, because you're not changing along with your environment. And that's something that I see very much with Frank. He never he doesn't like to change. He doesn't like to change stuff. and that's gonna be a problem. The reason why I'm bringing all that stuff up is because, you know, we have horses, we have a dog, we have he could get a W-2 job. He doesn't have a license right now, so, you know, there's things that he could be doing right now, you know, consolidating items, consolidating equipment, putting it up because his arm is all fucked up. Like, there's a lot of shit that he could do right now to not, and I guess his truck broke down recently, but he also doesn't need to be on the job 24/7, but yet he tries to do that because he wants to prove something to everyone that he's this big, great, you know, dude or whatever, when the people that are closest to him know he's already good. He doesn't need to prove it, but yet he wants to, and that's his issue. And so I cannot, in knowing all of this, I cannot stay at this place and hope and pray that we're gonna keep finding a new place and there's not gonna be any issues, there's not gonna be any problems, because there always will be. With that whole mindset, there will be. And we've been at 3 different places in the last 2 years, and there's always been a problem. So again, I look for patterns, and that's a pattern that's a big red flag pattern for me, and I cannot deal with that, and I cannot spend my youth. I've already spent 3.5 years being in this thing when I could have been socializing, I could have been doing other stuff, I could have had a job at that point, but I chose his stuff over that. I'm not going to change that. I don't regret that. It's one of those things where it's like, but if I had to do it over, I would, you know, but I don't regret it because it's taught me a lot of valuable stuff as well. So this current me, I don't want to change. If I had the choice to go back though, I would, you know, I most certainly would, and just play the other option and just see what happens. But, you know, the me that is me today has been a effect of everything that has happened. So why would I really want to change that? I wouldn't. That being said, I have found a place. I just saw it like a couple of days ago. It's a ADU, which is very nice. It's a cheap little place, like $1,600. No washer or dryer, but I can go to a washer and dry a mat. I only wash my clothes or dry my clothes like once every 1.5 weeks or so. Or I can get my the cleaners or whatever that I used to pay like $100 for. I can basically just get them to do it, but honestly that's pretty expensive, so I don't know. But either way, I could always go to a laundry mat, so it's totally fine. $100 isn't too bad either for groceries and stuff. So yep. So that's the situation, and I'll get back to you guys later. See ya. Well, this girl got like the grandma 6s on. Yo, show your tobacco 9s really quick. Where your tobacco 9s? Yo, she got the Jamestown 1607s right here. What the? What the? Girl,
So if you thought the video was good, please give it a like and share. It really helps. And don't forget to subscribe so you can see the rest of the story unfold. This project is so close to my heart, and your support keeps it going. Thanks so much. With that being said, I'll see you guys next time in the archives of a Shiba Millionaire.
Consistency of work. Monday, get better. Tuesday, get better. Wednesday, get better. You do that over a period of time, not like 1 month or 2 months. I mean, it's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years. And then you can get to where you want to go.